Got the game broadcasting on this fuck nigga. He owed me 75. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I'm broadcasting. So the nigga can't come with that fuck shit.
Prescott on first down. And this one brought in by Gathers. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
A second down throw for Prescott. Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
First down, Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. 12 yards there as they move the chains. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. And for Elliott, the Zeke train continues to roll, my friend. 97 more yards, 2 more touchdowns on Thanksgiving. That's number 10 and 11 now in the season.
And I think a lot of people are always looking at rookie players, especially running backs. Will they hit the so-called rookie wall? And Zeke Elliott is showing no signs of that wall being there. But I think it's because of the way they use him and the way he goes about his business. When he doesn't carry the football, he still carries out his play fakes, he still blocks, he does everything in addition to being able to catch the ball.
Yeah, if there's a wall, he ran through it. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch,
broadcasting live, repeat broadcasting live on this bum ass nigga.
Walk out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size.
He got a regular playbook, no coaching suggestions, no nothing.
Once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The starting defense for the Titans.
When Brian Orakpo was born, there was no doubt that with that name, he was going to be a defensive player and a good one. He knows how to get to quarterbacks.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Come on, let's go!
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. 11 yards for number 11.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Here we go!
Prescott looks to throw on first. His throw caught right around the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Prescott yet again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denoris Searcy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
How the fuck he
Give him
get
9
drag
there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Murray. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there. And it's third down.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
To throw is Mariota. And he hits his man, Matthews. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On first down, Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Again, it's Murray. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. For Murray, Week 12 was his lowest output since Week 1. He had 42 yards in Week 1, 43 in Week 12. Actually, Henry had 60 and a touchdown.
But between Week 1 and Week 12, right, DeMarco Murray?
Good.
Pretty darn good, right? 5 games over 100 yards. He's the second leading ball carrier in the NFL. But I like what you said about Derrick Henry. They've grabbed him to make that 1-2 punch. And when Henry comes in the game, that pile moves forward, doesn't it?
Third and short yardage. Mariota. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is the down.
Let's go, baby.
Know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mariota.
Come on, man. Book that shit.
An interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They go to Elliott again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown.
Let's go, Zeke.
And the Cowboys are in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking.
Make this nigga ass quit, man.
Coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, this is Mark Mariani.
Oh, come on, who that is, man? Supposed to make that nigga fumble that shit.
23-yard line. And while the Titans offense takes the field, gives us a chance to talk about the jumbled up top of the AFC South. You got Texans, Titans, Colts all in the mix.
And I go back to the preseason when we talked about how we'd like to see improvement from the Titans. I'm not sure many people were talking about them being really in the playoff mix, but they're there.
Oh, come on. Come on, man.
The defense getting tighter and sounder in what they're doing. And they play the Houston Texans in the last game of the season in Nashville.
Son of a
that game
bitch.
could decide the division crown.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Going for the
hit. Let's go. Let's go.
Intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down now after the incompletion. On 2nd down, Prescott again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Prescott. A minute 59 to go in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Yeah, man.
So there's still
game being broadcast live, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm up 75.
Out 5 wide. 3 of
I
them
want
to
a
the
100.
right side.
Straight up, 100.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now.
Nigga running a cover 4 show 6.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Fuck ass out of here.
He goes down. Terrell McClain in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Broadcasting live, man.
Second down, Mariota. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. Third down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Third and long here for Mariota. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away.
Come on, man. Book that shit.
Target. And that brings up
punt, you faggot.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him.
Push that boy. Make your bitch ass quick, nigga.
It up in the air and knocks it away.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Hey, that incompletion gives me a second to say I'm sorry, because last week I knocked your yams, and my mom made a casserole with yams, and it was spectacular on Thanksgiving, as was the football. It's a great 3 games.
And no one knocks the yams first and foremost, and I want to thank your mom for making that casserole and turning you around. But look at the games.
I don't even know why I do
Minnesota,
that shit,
Detroit,
man.
fourth quarter comeback for Detroit once more. They got a big win. How about the second game? Washington at Dallas. Washington onside kick late with a chance to try and get the ball back and win it. And then the last game, Big Ben, once again a monster performance against the Colts.
Let's go.
On third down, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Man, come on, man. Tighten up, man.
Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on fourth. Prescott to throw on fourth. And this is incomplete. So, partner, last night at dinner we got talking about that Miami Dolphins 6-game winning streak. But you
damn, Ryan.
They're not the only ones on a streak right now. You got the Giants at 6 games, and don't forget the Raiders now 5 straight wins.
And how about the Giants season? 1-2 to begin the season, lost 3 in a row, and have won those 6 since then. So they're on a nice little run. How about the Miami Dolphins? They've won 6 in a row as well. The first time since 2008, and that's the last time they went to the playoffs. And Oakland, this 5-game winning streak has carried them to a 9-2 record, their first winning season guaranteed since 2002. And by the way, thanks for picking up the check.
You bet. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A second down throw here for Mariota. Going deep here for Matthews. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
first down throw for Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Mariota.
I ain't supposed to cough that shit up, man.
Middle, Sharp's got it complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he
gonna run out the gun for?
Officially
Yeah.
no gain on the play,
Dumb,
and it's
man. You're
2nd down.
dumb.
One thing I do know about
But the dumbest thing I know, man.
He loves to pile up carries. You know, a lot of backs are concerned about how many they have. Not him. He wants the ball all the time. But so far in this game, that's not working too well, and his team's losing.
He's had a decent chunk of carries. He just hasn't had much success when he's gotten those carries.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And that is
Stupid.
incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
4th down, Mariota. And it is incomplete.
Nothing.
Boy, a curious
Nothing.
decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Prescott now from the 50. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw is Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They come out here in the eye. Now a second down run for Murray. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets it up.
I said we're about to go.
Go well. I thought that wasn't till 4. Where your mom at?
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. On fourth down, they snap it to Mariota. And this is
Tell her my game almost over.
Certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, Elliott. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down at 4 now.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Let's go, man.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
Thinking pass. Now Prescott. And hauled in by Gathers. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
We'll make this fuck nigga quit. Make this bitch nigga quit.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can get...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown.
Fuck nigga quitting the game right now. He's quitting the game right now.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're...
He quitting right now, y'all.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because
he's quitting
he's
right
not
now.
worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
I'm going to make him quit. I'm live in effect. I'm going to make him quit.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then
I'm going to make his whole ass quit.
They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play on third down for the Titans. 52 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And they're going to speed things up here. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now a second down throw for Mariota. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Rashard Matthews from 4 yards out. And the Titans have made this a one-score
Oh, he blowed it.
game. Whoa.
He blowed it.
Just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
He blowed it.
They're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here.
I'm
this
going
go
live
around.
right now.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
10 yards still left on second down. One man in the backfield, Elliott. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 20 yards. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's third down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
I'm gonna make that fuck nigga quit, man. Y'all see my shit live. Y'all see me live, man. Game ain't been fucking up or nothing at all.
We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I know in every game we
ain't been fucking up or nothing, y'all.
That was a momentum play lost.
Y'all ain't gonna see me press no PlayStation button.
Because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. He hits Beasley right side.
Whole triangle. I'm running the same play. Watch this bitch. Watch he cut this shit off like a bitch.
That looked like a pretty good route.
But he wanna run his mouth like a little real nigga.
Find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and
Well,
let him run.
He's got some space.
It's a
I gotta pound that
formula,
bitch.
and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough,
Run it, y'all.
that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah,
2 minutes left.
Being hurried. He got rid of it before
If I
taking
score,
the
it's
hit,
over.
but
You
incomplete.
know it's over.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he will push his way
Whole triangle,
forward
y'all.
down to about the
I want to run the same
30-yard
play,
line.
3rd and
Call
goal.
the gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here.